Good evening to you. Welcome to the video number 286, and in this video I'm going to talk about how to paste the Excel range in the body of the Outlook email, right? And this is really going to be a very cool video. If you know me through my channel, guys, then you know that we have uploaded almost I think 19-20 videos on the Outlook part. Let me show you. If you are new to the channel, welcome to the channel, guys, and you can actually click on the playlist, and these are the 42 playlists which we have created, and they are on the Excel VBA, Access and Access VBA, starting from the beginning level, and we have the advanced everything. I mean, every kind of a video we have for you. So just go there, and if you want to start your VBA or Access VBA, you can start using the the playlist. Now the video which I'm going to upload today, which will talk about this how to paste the Excel range, and how to copy the Excel range and paste it on the Outlook. We have actually a lot of videos, as I was telling you, in this playlist, which is Excel VBA connecting Outlook from Excel. So you can see here we have got 16 videos and all the different examples. So go through all these videos, and you will definitely enjoy it. Now this is another video which we are going to talk about today, and in this video what we actually want to do is we want to send this the range A1 to F12 as a snapshot in the Outlook. I haven't covered this. I actually wanted to cover this, but then I was just like guys, kind of busy. But then what happened, just I think 2 or 3 days back, I received an email from one of my subscribers, Craig, and this is what he actually had to say. I'm new to the VBA coding, and I'm trying to use the VBA to send an Excel sheet as an attachment to various email addresses dependent on the information that is included in the cell B3. I would appreciate the coding to include the content of cell B1 to B5, D1 to D5 in the main body of the email. So this is the important line actually which I'm talking about right now. I already reverted to this to Craig, and so basically, as far as the attachment is concerned, that's very easy. We have already done that in a lot of these Outlook videos. But what we haven't covered is this how to paste the range, guys. Okay, so let us start our code, and I want to tell you one thing before we start the code, how exactly we're going to do this. So we will divide this into 3 parts. The first part, we will simply define our range, right? We will define the range, and we will say that our range is actually equals to A1 to F12, right? And then in the second part, what we need to do is we will actually create a workbook, a new workbook, and we will add the chart there, the blank chart. Now you must be wondering that why actually we got to create the blank chart. So we are going to create some sort of this chart, guys, a blank chart, I mean. So exactly this would look like this. So let me just select this. So this is a kind of a chart which will be created, which will have no data. Okay, this is extremely going to be completely the blank chart, right? So now why we need to create the the blank chart? It's the reason is very simple, because chart actually has this one of the methods we can paste. We can copy the range, and we can actually paste that range as a snapshot in the charts, guys. And so when I learned this, when I came to know about this option, I was really very much overjoyed with this, because I never knew it actually, right? If you go ahead and watch my videos on the Excel VBA charts and the pivots, you would see there that I have also uploaded the videos on the very basic level, how to create the charts in the Excel and how to create the charts in the Excel VBA. So we have actually got everything, right? So in this video, we're not going to talk about how to create the charts. I will simply go ahead and write the code. So this is the second part, guys. Once you actually get the chart created, you will save it in the D drive in the form of image, which we will be giving the extension of .png or JPEG, whatever you want to give. Now the third part, which is very important, is that which is absolutely new to you, which is going to be the HTML part. We are actually going to create the HTML. We are going to write the HTML code, right? And in this HTML code, we will so this is going to be just a one-liner. Okay, so if you don't know the HTML, let me just tell you, actually it is the language, it is a code which people use actually to create the website. So what you see in the front of the website, it has a lot of things come from the HTML, right? So it's again I think it's hypertext markup language. That's what it you call it. I know the basics of it, so I know what exactly the code which we will write in the Excel VBA of this HTML. I will be telling you, I will be explaining you. So you don't have to really learn it. You can just remember this one line and you can use it, right? So let us go ahead and let's click on the Visual Basic, and I want to start this. And so let me create the module is already created, by the way. So let's say I'm on the module 7, as you can see here. So let's start, guys, the code. So snapshot, that's what I would like to write here. The first thing which you would do is you would create the range, as I was telling you, right? So we will define our range as range and set range equals to, this is how we write range, and I'm going to write here the range A1 to, let's say it's going to be I think F12. So you write the F12, right? So this is how we will define this range. And now the next thing which we want to do is, after we have defined the range, we would like to create the new workbook. So this is where we would like to start our the new project. So we're going to add workbooks dot add. Now once the workbook is added, what is the next thing you want to do? The next thing you want to do is you simply need to create the chart, right? So this is how we define ch as chart. So I'm going to write a chart and ch equals to charts dot add, right? Once you add the chart, you need to put it, you need to give the location. I have talked about all these codes in my Excel VBA charts and the pivots videos. Please go ahead and watch those videos. I have explained how to create the charts in the VBA. I'm again repeating, right? So now the chart location is going to be what? So the chart location is object, and then you will be on the which sheet. So you got to write the name of the sheet, which is going to be sheet 1, because whenever you insert any new workbook Excel file, you know that by default the sheet names always comes as sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. So in this way we are going to create this chart, and I guess you don't need these parentheses. Let me just remove it. Yeah, that's how. Now the next thing which you would like to do is you would like to copy your range, actually. So you're going to copy the range. Now this time you'll not copy it like this. You'll copy it like the copy and the picture, right? And then the range is going to be copied. How it is going to be copied? It is going to be copied as an Excel screen and the bitmap, let's say, right? And then I will write here cs.paste, which means that the range has to be copied and pasted as a this screen, as a bitmap screenshot in the chart. So far this is what we have done. Now I also want to run this code, because then we actually will be on the same page, because what I'm saying is it should also make sense. So let us quickly first run this, and then we will work on the Outlook code. So I'm going to run this, guys. Let's start the code. There we go. Our workbook is added. As you can see, I just pressed F8, the workbook is added. Now the chart is going to be added in this window, right? So let me just reduce the height of this. This line is going to insert the chart. Look at this. You can see that in the background the chart is inserted, which is totally blank. Now the sheet which is inserted is chart 1, right? We haven't created it. It is going to be created by default. It's a basically, if you are working on Excel and you select the data of which you want to create the chart, just use the shortcut key Alt F11 and you would see that the chart gets created, right? I think it's F11, not Alt F11. I really don't remember exactly, but you can do, you can try for both the options, and the chart will be created in a new sheet. So this is what exactly happens, but we don't leave the chart here. We have to move it to the sheet 1, and that is why I have actually written this sheet 1. So I use this F8. Once you press F8, look at this. The chart is moved. Wow, this is really very classy. The chart is moved on the sheet 1, right? So I have named it as sheet 1, and whenever you create a new workbook, it will always have a name called sheet 1, so you don't have to really change this. Now the next thing is the range is copied, and once the range is copied, I'm going to paste it on the chart. So let's see if we can. All right, so I see here error called automation, and I guess it's coming because you have to do one thing. When you add the chart, and so when you add the chart, what you need to do is you need to write set ch equals to active chart, because it's a property, I think, of the active chart, because of which the image is going to be pasted. So write this line, set ch equals to active chart. Now let me run the code again. I just close this. Okay, so we're gonna run the code. Let me run the code. There we go. All right, the chart is going to be added. Chart is now, this is going to be the active chart. The chart is moved in the background. the range, copy picture. Now it should print it, it should paste the range there. Automation error, I still get the same error. Okay, so let us see what's wrong with this. Range is copied, and I think this line should come next to the ch location, because once you have moved the chart, then you got to call it as a active chart. All right, no problem. I always say that, you know, when you get the errors, they give you a lot of learning, so we don't have any problem, right? We can work on this code again. So let me put this now. The ch equals to active chart is after the location, you know, you're changing it. I hope this is going to make difference. Let me see it. So we got the chart added and we have moved it. Now this is going to be the active chart. This is copied and this is pasted. Oh yes, look at this, guys. Wow, this is amazing, you know. When I actually first worked on this code, I was really delighted, you know, that wow, this is also possible, right? Now once you have done this part, okay, now you obviously one thing I have noticed, that the height of this chart and the height of this range is not correct. So when this is going to be, you know, sent in the email body, obviously this won't look nice, but we can work on that little later. Right now what I want to do is, as I was telling you, that once you have this range pasted in the chart, you would like to export it. So you use the export method of this chart and you export it where? So I have, guys, E drive with me, so I'm going to write in the E drive and I'm going to name it abcpng, okay, so that it can save there. All right, what is the next thing I want to do now? That's fine. We can run this quickly. Let me just say don't save, and let me quickly run the code. There we go. All right, the code is finished. Now I show you in my computers in the E drive. If we are successful in creating the image there, the png file, let's check. Oh yeah, it is there, guys. So let me just open this and we will have a look now on this abc.png. Okay, so it's gonna take time. I hope it will come. It's not the kind of the window you are seeing right now. It's absolutely blank, so don't think that there is something wrong in the video. Right, it's just coming blank. Just give me a second. All right, there is something. I got the name here. It should come here. I don't know why it is, you know, it takes so much of time. But yes, look at this. We got the image, and that's now the only thing now you need to do is you need to actually start the Outlook code. Okay, and if you know me, if you know my channel, then I'm sure you would have watched all those 19 videos on the Outlook. So I'm going to be very fast in this because I'm not here to explain you the, you know, the Outlook code. I have already, you know, talked about all these things, the Outlook thing, you know, in details in all rest of the videos. Just go to that playlist, Outlook connectivity with the Excel, and you can watch all those, you know, the old videos. There are 19 videos, as you saw. So right now what I want to do, I will be very quick. We're going to use the Outlook part here, and we're going to connect the Outlook, you know, using the late binding method. Now if you ask me what is the late binding method, well guys, late binding method means that obviously Excel VBA doesn't know that, you know, you're going to connect it with the Outlook, because Outlook has a different libraries, they have a different classes. Because in Outlook you don't have the sheets, you don't have the cells, and similarly in Excel you don't have the emails, you don't have the folders, right? So that's why you got to tell your Excel VBA that we are going to communicate with the Outlook. So you go to the tools and the reference, and then you got to find out this Microsoft Outlook 16.0 object library. Well, I use 2016, so that's why it's coming 16.0. If you're using Excel 2013, then I would I think you would see here 15.0, and then if you're using Excel 2010, it would be 14.0 and so on, right? So 13.0 is not there because it's I think the Microsoft thinks that it's an unlucky number. So anyways, so you got to click on this, and how you're going to find it out, you just need to click M, and then it, you know, your library starts with the M. So just scroll it down and find it out where is the Microsoft Outlook, and just you need to check mark that. Once you check mark it, automatically it will come on the top over here, right? These are the by default, obviously we don't have to touch that. This is very important, guys. You got to do it because we are doing this early binding, not the early, actually, you know, the late binding. Early binding means you are telling that we are going to use this Outlook reference. Okay, so I will be very quick here. Now what we will do, we will write here O as you know, Outlook dot application, and set O equals to new Outlook application. These two lines will set up the Outlook application. in our this the task manager in our memory. And the next thing, because I want to deal with the email, so I'm going to define omail as outlook dot mail item, and then set omail equals to new outlook dot mail item. New omail, I beg your pardon, not new, but just write create omail, and then I'm so sorry, it's actually o dot create item, right? If you hear a lot of noise in the background, I mean, there is actually some function, the marriage function is going on, and people are burning the crackers, so I'm getting actually distracted. So I beg your pardon for this if you're hearing a lot of noise of the crackers. So everything is cool here. Don't worry, it's just that people are celebrating, and so that's it. That's how it is. And so this is how we create OL mail item, and you have your emails here. Okay, so now what is the next thing? The next thing is I will write with omail. This is how you draft the email, right? So end and with, that's it. Now I will write in the two whatever you want to write. So let's say I'm going to write Ajay at outlook.com. Okay, that's the email ID. Now there are a lot of other functionalities, like you can add the attachment, you can put the CC, BCC, subject line, whatsoever. There are a lot of things, right? We are not going to discuss that because I have already talked about all that stuff. What we are going to talk is how to paste the snapshot. So this is what you need to do, guys. You write the HTML body equals to, and then you write your substance, whatever the material you have, for example hi, and then hi team, let's say, comma, and then after hi team you want to insert the new line because it is going to be the HTML code. You use the BR code. BR means break. People use this code to insert the new line in the web designing. Okay, this will create the new line. I will again concatenate it with the same code which is in the quotes. I will write BR. So two break lines we are going to insert, right? This is how we write. And then the important thing, you start your image source, the source of the image from where it is going to come, right? Then this is what you want to write, equals to, now you know that we have an email we have an image which is in our E drive, and the name of that is E drive abc.png. so you're going to write that name, put it within the single quote, very important, otherwise the code won't work. And then to close this, you just need to write here backslash like this. Okay, and then the next thing is we're gonna put everything in the double quotes, this one. So that's the only HTML code. So break means actually BR means that you are going to insert the line, right? That's it. Okay, now what else? I guess we are fine with this, and this we should be able to work on this. And the last thing is display. We want to send this email as a display. So let's quickly run this code, and let me go to this code, and let us just run the code. Okay, so I'm on this code, and I don't know why this icon is coming. What's wrong with this? Anyways, let me close my PPT before I run this. I just would like to close it, and so want to close my everything. Okay, now we're gonna run this, guys, and let me hit on this F5. There we go. Let us see. All right, the workbook is created, and now it's taking a little time. I'm not sure. I think okay, there seems some problem here. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, there we go. I think it's working. I'm sorry, I just interrupted the code. Oh wow, this is great. This takes time. I don't know, maybe your machine won't take time. So I will get back to the Microsoft about this, but this is how that everything is drafted. Now as I was look at the code, it has two lines also. After hi team, we have the two lines inserted. Everything is there. So this is really wonderful, isn't it? It's actually copied as a snapshot. Now I know, as I said, you must be saying that this black extra space doesn't look really nice. So we have a way. What we can do is, because when you create the chart, the chart will have its own height and the width. and the range will have its own height and the width. So we can do one thing, we can say that the chart height has to be equals to the range height, right? So that's very easy. So what we will do is, once you set up the chart, I mean here in this line, write these two lines: active sheet, chart object, and the chart name, which is going to be, you have to write the chart name as well. So because if you don't have the chart name, then it will have a problem. So this is how you write the chart name: chart ch.parent.name equals to, let's say I give it a name called Ajay. Okay, now you write here this line: active sheet, chart objects. Chart objects actually is the bigger class. In the chart objects, you got to write many charts within this class, so you can use this chart object and you can be very selective about it. So what we need the height of the chart has to be equals to range height, obviously. Okay, I copy the same line again. Active sheet is important for you because the code works in this way. Okay, if you want to change the height and the width of the chart, right? Chart, now why my chart is Ajay, right? Remember this, because I have defined here chart name is Ajay. So you got to write your code accordingly. You can give it a different name as well. So this is going to be the width. Now I will show you on the F8 because this looks very classy. So we're gonna run the code now. Let me run the code. There we go. All right, the workbook is added, the chart is added, the chart is moved also. Let me just show you, and yeah, right. So that's the chart. We're gonna say that this is the active chart, and if you look at the chart name, it's chart 1 actually right now. This is the by default, because a new chart is inserted, so it is always going to be the chart 1. So we are saying that now this is the active chart. In the active chart, the name has to be Ajay. So keep your eyes here. The moment I run this, you see that the chart name is now Ajay. And now what we are going to say that it has to be equals to the range height. What is your range height, by the way? It says 189.75. So that's the range height, the range which we copied, or we're going to copy it right from the Excel. So this is the range A1 to F12. So it is actually giving you this. So maybe if you want something else, you can write here 100, 90, 80, whatever you want to write. It's all up to you. Or you want to increase the height of the range in the Excel, then please, you can increase the column, you can increase the height of the rows, whatever you want to do. That's all up to you, right? But this is a very cool code because this is going to actually ensure that every time when the chart gets created, its height has to be exactly the same of as of the range height. So if I press F8, look at this. Object doesn't support this method or property. So we got some problem here, and active sheet chart objects Ajay dot height equals to rng dot height. Let's have a look why we're getting this problem. All right, so I'm so sorry, I just did a spelling mistake. It's chart object, the class is a chart object. As I was telling you, all the charts fall in this class chart object. So now we're gonna run this. There we go, the height and the width, we got this adjusted, and now let us run this. So rest of the things you already know that the chart is going to be pasted. Look at this, guys, it is completely pasted. It's taking the full space of this chart now, right? So rest of the things you already know. So I'm gonna quickly run this F5 and let's wait for the code, and I hope this time when the email gets drafted, we should have a proper snapshot. Yes, there we go, guys. Very interesting, right? So in this way you can create this, and this is also a very beautiful thing that we can make our the image and the chart of the same size using these two lines. Remember, chart objects we will have to write because the chart object contains all the charts. Which chart now you got to decide, and that's why we have defined the name of the chart. We have defined the name of the chart as Ajay, right? So this is your code, and you can pause the video, you can have a look on this code. Let me know if you have any problem with this. If you want to share anything, you are always welcome. Just leave your comments on the YouTube channel, and yes, of course, I request you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed, and start your learning today. I will be back with some more exciting stuff very soon. Thank you so much for watching.